Hey, how y'all doing out there in YouTube land? This is Stiletto and Juno coming at you from the Wild Wild West. And today we got an unboxing. Just an unboxing. It's coming from Prime or Amazon. And let's find out what it is. But I know what it is, but let's find out. Let's find out. Doing the unboxing today is my Manix 2 XL. With my custom grips from bladescales.com and a ball cage from Fly Titanium ball cage, and it's the one that I polished. So let's get busy. Absolutely love it. Definitely one of my top 5 favorite knives of all time. For pocket knives, that is. For work knives. I should say for work knives. Oh yeah. A big mama jamma. Alright, let's toss this out the way. OKC. OKC, Ontario Knife Company. Oh yeah, it's the one I wanted. Why do I want this knife? Well, it's time for me to get out and do some fishing. I want to do some outdoors videos. You guys seen the outdoors videos I've done with my BK9 and my other knives, but this is a new year. These are old knives now. These are my old knives now. Absolutely love it though. This is a tough knife. BK9, highly recommended. I got it basically to just a baton wood width, and it's done that job very well. One thing I wish though is that it had a little bit more a little bit more of a wedge in the grind, because the grind's kind of high, so it's almost like a high flat ground. Let me show you what I'm talking about. See, it's a saber ground blade, but the saber doesn't start until the higher point of the blade. So when you're batoning through wood, it takes a while before you hit this wedge right here, and it pushes the wood apart. You can sort of tell by the marring on the blade. But it's an excellent knife though. I can't complain. It's an excellent knife. I love the Becker BK9. Absolutely love it. Okay, people, let's get into this one. And the reason why I decided to get this one, because I had some rewards points on Amazon. So this knife is only costing me $19. That's right, I said it, $19. That's how much I paid for it, $19. Because I had like $49 worth of rewards points on my Amazon card, and so I decided to go this route. I've watched a bunch of YouTube videos on it. Boy, this sucker's heavy. This sucker is heavy. And look at the saber. Look where it goes down to the flat right here. So I expect to be able to split wood really nicely with this one. It's a 1095, not 1095. It's a 5160 blade. It must be so you can have a lanyard or something. I'm not going to use that though. I'd use paracord. Comes with a little card inside of here. Well, Ontario Knife Company's been around for over 130 years. That is hella cool. Very cool. Interesting what they got on here. cut hazard, sharp blades, improper use, chiseling, ice picking, prying, applying force onto the back of the blade or contact may result in injury. Always keep blades away from fingers, body. Do not use if damaged or blade is loose, or apply force onto back of blades. Handle with care. If not in use, store in safe place. Keep out of reach of children. Here's the sheath. Let's see how the blade fits in it. That fits pretty nice. I was thinking about getting another sheath because I saw on the internet a lot of people say that this is a real crappy sheath. And I still might, because I like the Kydex sheaths that Just a Sheath Maker makes for me on eBay. But you know, that's not bad actually. Doesn't rattle at all. And I could put this on a backpack. So that's probably how I would carry this one, because this is one of these big, this is like a real big heavy knife, people. I wouldn't want to carry this one on my hip. I don't think that'd be the way I'd carry it. I'd carry it on latched to a backpack. So I may not get a sheath for this one. Because this one I can just latch to my backpack. This one came with a similar sheath, and then I had Just a Sheath Maker make me a sheath. Just out of curiosity, I want to see how much these weigh, what the difference is in weight. Let's see what this one weighs with the sheath and the fire steel. 1 pound, 12.5 ounces. 1 pound, 12.5 ounces. Let's see what this one weighs. 1 pound is fluctuating. 1 pound, 12.2 ounces. Huh. So actually with the sheath, they're about the same weight. All right, let's take it out. Take a look. Let's see how much just a knife weighs too, by itself. And compare it to the Becker BK9. £1 pound, 6.2. It's fluctuating between 6.2 and 6.1. So I'm gonna call it 6.2 because it's probably real closer to 6.2. I don't know. Could you guys see that? 1 pound, 6.2 ounces. 1 pound, 2.2 ounces. Yeah, I knew this one felt heavier than this one. Oh, I can see why. Look how much thicker it is. It makes the Becker look like it's got a thin blade stock. It's a lot thicker. Yes, my girl. Come in, sweetie. What you doing? Yeah, come down, kiddo. All right. Size comparison. The SP-53 is longer too. Now see, I'm putting it from, let's get them lined up perfectly. Yeah, it's a little bit longer. "10-inch blade. And this one is 9 1/4. 9 1/4 if you go all the way to the bottom of the scales. Actually, that's what the blade is, because this one has a cutting edge that comes all the way down here. Let's measure the cut from the cutting edge. From the cutting edge, still 9 1/4. Well, 9 1/4. Cutting edge, 9.5. So you got a quarter more cutting edge on the OKC. Boy, this thing feels heavy. This feels like an axe. I think this would take the place of an axe. If you have one of these, you don't need an axe. Or, you know, I shouldn't say axe, but I should say hatchet. It would take the place of a hatchet. This is heavy, people. Feels nice and solid too. These have a real thick tang that goes all the way back here. And then it bolts through here and it holds everything together. I think this grip feels good. We'll see how it feels after I baton some wood with it. But this will be going on my next fishing trip. I'll make some videos, people. I'm definitely digging it. This is the coolest $19 knife I've ever owned. This is awesome. SP-53 Bolo. Like a bolo hatchet. Now I've heard these called hatchets and I've heard them called knives. What do you think it is? Let me see what the box says. It calls it a knife. So I'm not going to call it a machete. Because I've heard people call these machetes. Like a short machete. But to me, a machete is supposed to have, in my opinion, a real thin blade stock so you can just swing it all day long without tiring yourself out. You couldn't swing this all day long without tiring yourself out. This is thick. This is not made for like weeds and grass and vines and things. This is made for wood. Something tougher. Because you don't need to have a super thick blade, you know, to be a machete. You know, something that you're like chopping your way through a path, through a forest or jungle or something like that, or wherever you got a lot of weeds and things, overgrowth. That's the purpose of a machete. In that case, you want something that's light and thin, you know, with a thin blade stock, but it's long. Because if I was having a machete, I'd want one longer than this. I want one like probably out in here somewhere, like an 18-inch blade or something. Because you don't want to get too close, because you might be a rattlesnake or something in the bushes that you're trying to chop through. So you want to have a little bit of warning. So I'd want a long blade. This is nice. I like the finish on it too. The finish looks really good. Oh, I don't have any paper out here. Urgh. No paper. I was gonna see what the edge looks like. Only thing I got here is some old cold steel catalogs. I don't want to chop those up. Let me be right back, people. I'm gonna see if it's sharp. Be right back. I'm gonna go get some paper, people. All right, we got some paper. All right. Let's see how sharp it is. Save this piece for next time, huh? All right. Not bad. Right in here is, let me see, start from right. So it's got some areas like right in here it could be worked on a little bit. I bet you that could be taken out with strop. Let me see something. chopping area that looks really nice. This one's gonna be a user, people. This one's gonna look like this one in the end. All right, let's see if that made a little bit of difference. And it did. Oh yeah, it's sharp. It's sharp. It is sharp. All right. I'm digging it. This grip feels really good too. I heard Johnny B. O'Day say you didn't like these. The grip. But to me it feels good though. It's heavy though, it's hard on my wrist. I'm not used to a knife that's this heavy. This is tough though. I'm digging it. I can't wait to try it on some wood. I think this is gonna be this might end up being my favorite one. If it works the way I think it's gonna work, because I think it's gonna split wood like it ain't nothing. I think it's gonna do a better job than the BK. Why? Because the flat where the flat is, and then it goes down to a flat grind down to the edge, to the convex edge. I think it's nice. It has more of a V to it, more of a swedge to it. Is that the right word? Swedge? So I think when you're going through the wood, when you're batoning through the wood, it's going to push the wood apart, just like an axe would. Oh yeah, I gotta get out there. I'm digging it. Made in USA. And normally this would have been, I think it was 69 or 59, something like that. I can't remember exact price of it. I think it was like 69 or something, or $63. It might have been $63 on Amazon. I got this off of Amazon. And then with minus my 49, well 19 and 49, it might have been 69. It might have been $69, people. I know it was under $70. It wasn't over $70. It was under, and then with my discounts, I think it's a great blade. Okay, sweetie, you gotta come down, kiddo. Go ahead and get down. I think it's a great blade. What a value. This makes me want to check out the other Ontario knives. All the big wood crafting knives or whatever. I absolutely love it. And everybody, what made me want to get this one is that I saw, I watched everybody's videos, because I've been looking for a knife for this year to get out there and do some wood crafting with. I didn't want to use my same knives that you guys saw last year. And so, yes, my girl, I see you, sweetie. I see you. That's my girl. So I wanted to try some new knives for you guys. I know these have been out for a long time, and there's a lot of videos on them, but I've never had one. and when I saw the price of these, and everybody's talking about, it's like the best value, for, this type of knife, I had to get one. Everybody complained about the sheath though, but I don't really think the sheath is all that bad. You know what I mean? Because if they did like a nice Kydex sheath, this knife wouldn't be $69 anymore. It'd be over $100. Remember, it's American made. It's not made in Taiwan or or China or anything like that where they can make things really cheaply. So let me check out the sheath. I want to see where the sheath is made. It says Ontario Knife Company. Okay, the sheath is made in China. So they have the sheath made in China. That's how they save bucks on it. But, you know, that's cool. That's cool. It looks like a quality sheath, though. I mean, you know, if you want Kydex or something, or a custom leather sheath or something like that, that's cool too, though. But you don't need one. This one looks good enough. It looks strong and sturdy. You can attach it to your gear. You got to put a leg strap on here if you want to hold it, you know, wear it that way. Carry it that way. Me myself, this is gonna be a backpack knife. I wouldn't want to carry it. This is too heavy. This is probably like one of my heaviest knives now. Look at the blade stock on that. It's a 1/4 inch thick. Let's make sure it's a 1/4. There are some people say that there's less than a 1/4. Let's see. We'll find out for ourselves. Yep, it's a 1/4 inch. It might be a little bit more than a 1/4 inch. Where's my calipers? Because I heard one guy on the YouTube video said that they had a bad run where they got some blade stock that was not quite a 1/4 inch. Okay, let's see. .47 or 48. What is it? It's like 6.5 millimeters. What's it at out here? .45 or 8. So let's say thick all the way out to the tip. This is gonna be an awesome knife for batoning because you got this nice flat spine. Looks like a 90-degree spine too. Probably if you took off some of this finish, it'd be good for starting fires too, with a fire steel. 5160 people. 5160 is a spring steel. So I expect it to be really tough too, and be able to handle impacts. Awesome. But that's all I got for you today. Just a little quickie. I just had to see it. It just came today. I've been waiting for it to get delivered. Watching, you know, Amazon. Absolutely loving it, people. My BK's got some competition. But you know what? I'd rather, if I had to carry one of these, I'd rather carry the BK. I'm being honest. Because this is heavy. It feels like it weighs a lot more than a BK, to tell you the truth. I don't know why it does, but, well, you know, I know why it does, because it's thicker. Let me see how much it weighs again. .62 ounces. So that's like 22, almost 23 ounces. So this one, 1.22, so this is like 18 ounces. Yeah, there is a big difference in weight. And this is an excellent knife too. Don't get me wrong, I think this is an excellent knife too. I love the grip on this one. I think I like the grip on this one better though, on my Becker. But this is cool too though. And especially when you think of the price, because this one, I have, let me see, I think I paid, I can't remember what I paid. I think it's like $120 something for this knife with the stock sheath. And then I got this sheath, and that was like another 60 bucks. So that's $180 I got into it. And then the fire steel, I can't remember what I paid for the fire steel. About 180 bucks. Oh, and the grips. These are custom grips. These are micarta grips. It came with plastic grips. I didn't care for the plastic grips. And I can't remember what they were like. I think they were like 50 bucks or something like that. They weren't super expensive. So it's like $230? $230 I got into this package right here. To have this set up the way that it is, it's about cost you like $230, $240, maybe $220 to $240. I would say that, somewhere around there. This one's 19 bucks. No, but if you didn't have rewards point, it would cost you 69 bucks. If you got it at Amazon, I think that's what the price was. And actually, I don't need another sheath. I think this sheath would be perfectly fine because I don't need a sheath where, you know, so I can carry it on my hip or something, because I'm not going to carry this knife on my hip. It's way too heavy for me to want to carry on my hip. But set up so you can, if you can, you know me, I got that flat posterior portion of my physical anatomy, so my pants this would pull my pants down constantly, unless I was wearing suspenders or overalls or something. So this wouldn't work for me as a hip carry knife, but it would work as a backpack knife. And that's the way I plan on carrying this. I would carry this in a backpack too. I wouldn't carry this on my hip. Y'all saw me when I was out in the field one day and had this. I was trying to wear it and it kept pulling down my pants, and I pulled it off. So if this pulls down my pants, I know this will. Absolutely love it. I want to try out the other Ontarios now, with the SP-10. And what else do they have that's interesting? Oh, they have the kukri. I don't have a kukri, and they have one listed for like $43. And it's a 1095 kukri made by OKC, made in the United States. And that one looks interesting to me too. So y'all might see me get that one. And the other one that I was interested in was a lighter weight one. They say it weighs like 14 or 15 ounces. The SP-5, and it has a 10-inch blade. So you know me, people. I love my big knives. I love my big knives. So I might be trying that one out too. Try them out in the outdoors too, because that's what I would do with them. That's the purpose of them. And for the price that these cost, I'm not afraid to take it out. I shouldn't say afraid. I'm not want to turn these into safe queens. I take these out and I'll use them and beat on them and see how tough they are, because I think these are awesome knives. And the blade tang is not a rat tail. It's pretty much like a full tang blade that's just over molded in the Creighton rubber. And the tang is just as thick as the blade. The tang's a 1/4 inch thick. And it's like, about this thick all the way through here. So this can handle abuse. I've seen so many videos of people using this one, and they beat the crap out of it. Joe X took one of these, and he was beating the crap out of it, and then finally it broke, and it broke right here. But the blade didn't break. You cut the tip and the edge and everything. So the heat treat on these is pretty good. Absolutely love it, people. Get another look at it. Bolo knife. I've been hearing people on the internet calling these short machetes. I wouldn't think of this as a machete. It's too thick. A machete's supposed to have a thin blade, like a 2 or 3 millimeter blade stock. You're not supposed to have a 6.5 millimeter blade stock. This one's a 5 millimeter. So this is a 1.5 millimeters thicker than the Becker. Awesome blade, people. Now you see the markings on there? Highly recommend it. I'm gonna get out there, and this one's gonna do some wood crafting stuff. This is gonna be probably my main baton blade, because when I saw how it had the flat go all the way to the tip, I said this would be awesome as a batoning knife with the swedge and the spine like that. I think it'd be awesome for batoning. Be able to handle big pieces of wood too. Like I said, this would take the place of my hatchet. And I got a hatchet too a long time ago, but I haven't used it because, I don't know, I just like knives better. This is an awesome blade. And the price of it you can't beat. You can't beat. All right, Juno, what do you think? You think that's an awesome one? You think that one's pretty good? What you think? Yes, my girl. Think it's an awesome one? Yes, my sweetie. All right, kiddo. Let me end the video. All right, people. Well, that's it for today. Peace out, Stiletto.